What's up, guys? AC Car Shark back again. Back with Flea Market Sundays, episode 8, I think. I'm losing track, but I think it's episode 8. My parents are actually in town, so Mindy and my parents and I are going to head down to Quakertown. And it's Flea Market Sunday, so you got to hit it up. So I'm going to bring the camera with me, and we're going to see what we can find. And I'll bring it back into the game room afterwards, and we'll see what's going on. So I'm going to cut to some footage right now. Alright guys, back in the game room. I didn't film any footage of the actual flea market today. My parents actually didn't want to be on videotape. They didn't want to be on the internet, so I didn't film them. And I basically was just like, all right, you know what? I kept the camera in the car pretty much. But I have a lot of pickups to go through, so that'll probably take up most of the time anyway. So I was gonna tape on the way and stuff. It's just kind of getting old because it's the same place, the same way to get there, all that kind of stuff. So anyway. We did go to the flea market, hit up a Goodwill, and I think that was it, yeah. And I found a ton of stuff, so I'm going to go through it and show you guys. First place, we got to the flea market, the first place we went to had some games. It was like an antique store, so I'm thinking, okay, he's probably going to charge a lot of money, all this kind of stuff. I ended up getting a great deal. Got 4 games from him. He's there every week, he just doesn't have games every week. So, but the first one I picked up was Centipede. For the Atari 2600 Centipede, and I don't have that one yet, so that's pretty cool. It's the color label, which is awesome. And then I also picked up Nintendo 64. It's Bass Hunter 64, and that's I don't know. Fishing games always seem like kind of like some fun to me. They're relaxing and stuff, and I've never played Bass Hunter 64, so what the hell? I figured I picked it up. And then 2 NES titles that I've actually been looking for, and I haven't been able to find the right price. The first one up is Adventure Island, which most of you guys know that game. That's pretty much a classic. And every place I always go, it's always like $16, and even on eBay, it's like 10, 12, 15. And the other game that I found was Family Feud. And again, every place I've seen it, usually it's in that Video Bonanza inside the flea market, and it's like 12 bucks. I went up to the guy and said, how much do you want for these 4 games? And he charged me 10 bucks for all 4. So it's like $250 a piece. So that's really not a bad deal. And you know, considering that the other ones were like 16, and every other time I found Adventure Island, it was at least $10, if not more. So for 10 bucks, I got all 4 of those games. So I thought that was really, really awesome. Let's see. Along the line, I found there was a lot of video game vendors there, and not just video games, but people that just had video games out for sale. One guy, this is the only thing I bought from him. As you can see, the label's the sticker's right on the label. I'm going to try to get that off. But I believe it's for the Game Boy Color. I'm pretty sure it's Game Boy Color. Yeah, Game Boy Color. But it is Frogger 2. And of course, as you know, that's Mindy's deal right there. But as you can see, I paid $2 for it. So Frogger 2 for the Game Boy Color. Another booth, my mom actually bought this for me because I actually put it back. I wasn't going to pay what they were asking. And she goes, yeah, she went back and bought it for me and surprised me with it, which I thought was kind of cool. I put it back because I didn't want to pay, I think she was charging $5 for this game, which I think is too much. But it is Pac-Man for the Game Boy. And I'm a Pac-Man freak, you guys know that, and I don't have Pac-Man for the Game Boy yet. And I was like, I don't need it. I have Pac-Man in every other variation. So I put it back. My mom kind of followed up behind me, picked it up, paid the lady, and then handed it to me down the line. So that was awesome. I mean, obviously I'm not going to refuse a gift, and you know, especially a Pac-Man game I don't have, I'll definitely play that. So that's cool. And then another random guy. Pixel Sandwich had recommended a bunch of games that he wanted me to play, and I've been having trouble finding them. Last week on episode 7 of Flea Market Sundays, you saw I picked up Dreamfall. That was one of his recommendations. This one is another one I've been looking for everywhere. I found it for $3 for the PlayStation 2, and that is Cold Winter. Cold Winter for the PlayStation 2. It's like a first-person shooter. It's just really, really awesome from what I've seen, and I've just never been able to find a copy of it. And I finally found one. It didn't come complete. It is missing instructions, but the disc is there, and the case is complete. That's really what I care about, and he's going to be really, really stoked about that. So that's pretty cool. So I did pick that one up, and then I went to my normal guy. My normal guy was back, as you remember. I think I told you guys last week that he wasn't there. Ends up his wife was actually in the hospital, so that's why they weren't there. So he was back this week, and I spent some money with him. So. The first 3 I picked up were Game Boy Advance titles, and 2 of them were for myself, one's for Mindy. The first one I picked up for myself is Super Bubble Pop, if that ever focuses. There you go, Super Bubble Pop. And I imagine it to be something like Bust a Move, maybe something like that. I'm pretty sure that's what it is, if I remember correctly. But I figured I think they were like $3 a piece, something like that. The next one I picked up was a game called Snood, and if you guys have played that online on the computer, Snood is a very popular, kind of like a puzzler, almost like Bejeweled, Bust a Move, that kind of stuff. I'm a big fan of games like that. So that I saw Snood, I never knew they put it out for the Game Boy Advance, so I had to pick that up. And then the last one that Mindy wanted to pick up is Sudoku Fever, and she's a big Sudoku fan. Sudoku, and so she's like, "Is that a Sudoku game?" I was like, "Yeah." She goes, "Can we get that?" Yeah, of course. So I'm never gonna say no to buying a video game. So that's what I got for the Game Boy Advance from him. I picked up one loose cart for Genesis, just because it is what it is. I'm sure it's crappy, but we'll give it a shot. It's Back to the Future Part 3 for the Sega Genesis. As you can see, Back to the Future Part 3. I've never actually even seen this for the Genesis, and I figured, you know me, I'm a big Back to the Future fan. I don't know if it's good, I don't know if it's bad. I know the ones for the NES are terrible. Who knows? So I picked it up. It was $2. And then I got a stack of NES titles here. The first one I got was called Cybernoid, the Fighting Machine. And again, these are all from the $2 bin. I'm not going to go through every one. They were all $2. The second one I picked up, don't make fun of me, I'm trying to collect every Nintendo game. But I will, however, let you know how it is. Barbie. If I'm trying to collect every game, I have to buy Barbie, unfortunately. So, Barbie for the NES. If you guys want to see gameplay footage of Barbie, let me know. I think that might actually make for a funny video, so that'd be kind of cool. Anyway, moving on. Mad Max for the NES. Next one up is Sky Shark. After that, I picked up Iron Tank. One I surprisingly that I didn't have already, and that's the first WrestleMania game. The next one up was Pictionary, and I picked up Breakthrough by Data East. And the last one I picked up I've actually never seen before, World Games, and they were all $2 a piece. And I brought those up there, and he says, give me $30 for all of them. Now that was including the Genesis game, all the Nintendos, and the 3 advanced games. And then I saw this little guy sitting over to the side, and I looked at him and I said, "So how much do you want for that?" Before I show you, actually, I just did show you, but whatever. Rob the Robot. As you guys know, I already have a Rob the Robot, and I just couldn't pass this guy up. I didn't see that he had a price sticker already on him. Now, I know he doesn't come complete, or at least I don't think so. If you guys know about Rob the Robot, please let me know. He threw this part in. I know that's like the gyromite part, and then this thing, I've never had one as a kid, so I never had one that worked. And the one I bought from eBay didn't have all the parts. But he threw this part in. He didn't know if it was complete. He just knew that this came with it. So this is the only other part I have. This and Rob, and that's it. I don't know if that's complete. If you guys know anything about that, please leave some comments below and let me know if I have all the parts. I don't see myself using it, but we'll see. So anyway, I didn't see it. He had a price tag on him. But I saw him sitting there, and if you look at the top of his head, he charged me $5. I paid like $20 for mine off of eBay. So to find, I could not leave a Rob the Robot sitting there for $5. There was no way I was leaving that behind. So I have Rob and his twin brother Rob. So I've got 2 Rob the Robots, but it'll be cool on my collectible shelf to put them up there and stuff. So $35, I got all those games plus a Rob the Robot. So that was pretty cool. And then I went inside to Video Bonanza, as you guys know from the old episodes, the inside flea market store, and I did pick up 3 games. They always have the same deal, 10% off, buy 2, get 1 free. So I picked out 3 titles that were all the same price, so that I got the most value for my dollar. 3 Nintendo games as always. The first one is called Werewolf the Last Warrior, and I'd never seen that one in person before, so of course I had to pick that one up. And then the second one I picked up, Recommendation of Pixel Sandwich, and a game I didn't have yet, and it's called Palamedes. And you see it better that way maybe. Palamedes. It looks to be like a domino type game, or I'm sorry, dice, not dominoes. It's dice, but it's kind of like a almost like a puzzler kind of way, whatever. I don't know. And then the last game I picked up for that I got for free is called Circus Caper. So Circus Caper, so I got those 3 NES titles, and that was from the Inside Store. Buy 2 get 1 free. It was like $20 for the 3. Like I said, they're pricey, but the selection is there. So I found 3 that I had been looking for, and 2 I was looking for, and 1 that I had never seen before. So I'll pay the couple extra bucks for the selection value, I guess. And then I went outside. If you guys remember the story about the old guy who wanted like $15 for like the Mario Duck Hunt track meet game, I saw him again. He had a box with some games. I found this game. There was one game, I forget the name of it. It was complete in boxes, like $50. I'm like, all right, no. I was afraid to even ask about this game. I ended up getting it for $3 from him, and I think that's a pretty good deal. It's called Videomation. And if you look closely, it says, hold on, let's see. On the pencil cup right there, it says, not a game, it's a drawing and animation system. And it's gotten pretty terrible reviews, but it's kind of neat, honestly. I mean, I've never seen it in person. I've heard of it, never seen it in person, and it goes for more than $3 on eBay. So I picked that one up, and running short on time, so I'm going to kind of finish this up. The last 3 games, we left the flea market. That was my flea market pickups. We left the flea market, and we hit the Goodwill in Allentown, where I've got all my Box Genesis games with Pixel Sandwich. And they ended up having 3 games I wanted to buy. So first one I got for the Nintendo 64 was Ken Griffey Jr.'s Slugfest. And as you can see from the sticker, it was $2. And I'm going to have to try to get that sticker off without ruining the label. But I thought that was a good deal. And then I picked up for the NES for $2. I picked up Hoops. Let that focus. And the last one I picked up, I may actually already have. I'm going to have to look at my collection. And if I do, I'll probably just put it on eBay or something and just try to sell it. But it's a Super Spike V-Ball, volleyball, for $2. So I call that a pretty good win. I ended up getting, let's see, 2, 4... 6, 8, 10, 12 NES, 13 NES, 14, 15, 16, 17 NES titles. A Genesis game, 3 advanced games, 2 regular Game Boy games, an Atari game, 2 64 games, Rob the Robot. Guys, successful time at the flea market as always. Again, can't recommend this place enough. If you guys are in driving distance to this place, go check it out. So that's going to wrap up episode 8 of Flea Market Sundays. Stay tuned. There will be a major eBay unboxing video, possibly 2 unboxing videos, because I got a lot of stuff coming from eBay. A lot of collectible games, a lot of rare games. So stay tuned for that, guys. Till next time, this is AC Card Shark. Take care.